Hi. I had some troubles to actually log into the system today. I think Facebook has actually changed actual design of the layer of this live session. So I was trying to find out. That's why I'm late by two minutes. So guys, if you're actually live today, please say hi or send a quick message in the chat box so I know that you're seeing me. But we have a comprehensive topic today to discuss about. There's topics that I want to give you an update about COVID situation, especially in Ireland. Another thing I want to talk about full-time and part-time jobs. I want to talk about as well. I want to talk about the lockdown situation in Ireland. Also, I would be discussing about the new NMBI changes, NMBI requirement, language requirement, and what you can do before 30th of April. And one other piece I want to talk about is overseas recruitment and how it's going to this COVID situation, how it's going to impact the overseas situation. And I want you guys to keep on rolling the questions. If you have more questions, guys, keep it coming so that my conversation won't be monotonous. So I could address your questions as we go. The medium or the language which I use today is not my native language. I'll be using English mostly because it's been widely requested by all of us to all of you guys to actually speak in English. So I'll be talking in English today, guys. Great to see you all. I hope every single one of you are actually safe and sound. I hope you're not being hit by any COVID situation. Please stay safe. Please self isolate. As we always say, try to sanitize your hands as much as possible, and please stay indoors. So let's start, guys. I want to welcome each one of you: Lintu, Rochelle, Sona, Manisha, Amara, Remya, Preet, Jubin, Raki, Joseph. Everybody, guys, welcome to the live session today. And also, there's in Kim, goodness, Raki as well. They all are saying hi. Great to see you all, guys. Rochelle, hi. She said hi. It's really good to see you back. Thanks again. So today, guys, I would start with the COVID update. I want to say I'm quite impressed to see how Ireland is actually coping with the COVID situation, because being a small country, there's only less than 14,000 cases. Positive cases in Ireland, and the statistics are very great. It's when compared to other countries, it's only 530 deaths. I'm just reading it out in front of me. It says 530 deaths have been reported in Ireland. So there were strict lockdown restrictions, travel ban, and there's so many restrictions being put in place. But that has helped Ireland to maintain a lower number of cases when you compare with other what do you call other neighboring countries. Like UK is seriously hit. You could see hundreds of thousands of people are dying every single day, which is it is very extremely sad to see. But Ireland is actually following the guidelines from WHO and EU guidelines. Now UK is actually following a different set of guidelines, which I'll put the link in the description, where you can see what how are they managing their COVID situation. So overall, I have to say, guys, I'm quite impressed to see how Ireland as a nation has actually coped with the COVID situation, and it is pretty much under control. There is limited amount of deaths, and also being a small nation, recently there was an announcement saying that all the staff, all the healthcare staff, and all the residents in the nursing home are going to get tested. So it's a very different approach. I haven't heard in any other countries been doing. So all the staff and also all the nursing homes are going to be swabbed or tested for COVID situation, which is extremely great. At this moment, we need to increase the amount of testing so we can deal with situations. So Premji, hi, hello, it's nice to see you. Sijo said, at this moment, is there anything we could do to get the application package? Yes, I will be discussing about that, Sijo. That's in one of my topics today, which I'll be discussing about how you can avail the application package. Saumya says hi. Manisha, waiting for DL. It was issued on 25th of February. I am from UAE but not received. Okay, I'll be talking about that. Rijo saying hi. Dipen, hi. Preet, sir, due to lockdown, courier services are also suspended. Because of that, we are not able to send back our filled application pack to NMBI. I'm concerned that whether we will get extension time. Okay, so let's start. As I mentioned, I begin with COVID situation. The second thing I want to address, guys. I'll be keep on asking your questions. I'll be addressing them as I go. The next topic I want to talk about is full-time and part-time jobs. Guys, I have seen a new trend actually. It is very sad to say, but there's thousands of people, those who have lost their full-time job. They're actually, most of them are working from home at the moment. And also there's like there are major industries like hotel industry, aviation, education, transportation industry, manufacturing industry. People are being seriously hit. There's thousands of jobs being lost, and also there are hundreds of people receiving state support, that is an income support every single week. So that is a current situation in Ireland. But mostly, as I said, healthcare sector is still booming in a sense. Is there's a massive requirement for staff. So let it be a full-time staff or a part-time or a locum staff. There is a massive cry out. Major hospitals and nursing homes are struggling to find full-time and short-time staff, and Higher Hood has been contacted every single day. We have multiple job postings, but unfortunately, the employers want somebody immediately, and they want to fill those positions immediately. So, as we say, currently most of these nursing homes and hospitals, they are struggling to find full-time and short-time staff. Let it be a nurse or a healthcare assistant. There's multiple staff they're looking for. Also, these healthcare sectors, they have something called a major contingency plan. All these nursing homes and hospitals have been asked by the HSE and different what you call authorities to have contingency plans in place, so that in an event of an outbreak, it should be prepared. People should be prepared so that God forbid, if something happens, that it's not a surprise for all of us. So most of the nursing homes and hospitals, they all are actually having multiple contingency plans in place, and that's what that's the current situation at the moment. Another thing I want to talk about is so part-time jobs. I've seen a massive spike. Higher Hood has been contacted maybe hundreds of times recently for locum staffing. Locum staffing because there's when COVID hits a particular nursing home or a hospital, the multiple staff will go sick, and we have to continue giving services to these residents as well. So or the patients. So the employers are under serious pressure, and they want to hire as much as what you call as much as staff for a locum shift or to cover shifts. So that's another area which we are noticing. And when I mentioned earlier about the lockdown, the government has actually extended the 5th of May is the next. They hope that they will reopen or ease the lockdown situation on 5th of May. Anyways, guys, I'm going to address a few questions here. One of you asked me before, in this COVID situation, what are you going to do if you're looking for an application pack? So recently we made a video saying if you actually hold an IELTS or OET scores, like previous IELTS or OET scores, what you could do is, guys, you have to contact NMBI. Ring NMBI. NMBI is working. It's open. So I have contacted them multiple times last week for different reasons. So if you are looking to apply for an application pack, and what you could do is go to their website, get their number, and ring them. Or if you can't get through, what you could do is go to their website and you could download the application request form as in an electronic format. Once you actually fill it in and send it directly to you. If you have any friends or family in Ireland, please approach them, send it to them, fill all the relevant information, send it to them. And what NMBI said, I rang them last week, and what they particularly said, you have up to 6 months to fill the whole application pack. So it's only that you have to initiate your application process. So if you're a candidate who has previous IELTS or OET scores, you have to start your application process. That's all you need to do. And I asked them particularly if, God forbid, if the situation is going to go like this, if the COVID situation is going to go like this, and all these courier services and postal services are not functioning as regular, what are we going to do? They said currently the system remains the same. You cannot ask your previous employer, or you cannot ask your colleges to send transcripts or application pack as an electronic format. You have to send like a what do you call, like a physical document. So what they were particularly saying is that bit remains the same. But what you could do is to apply through online. Just go and check the NMBI website. If you can't find the information, I'll post it as a description later on in here, so you could see and apply directly and ring them. And if you're emailing, it will be, there's amount of emails going in is unreal. So just try to ring them; they will be answering. Manisha said, waiting for DL. Manisha, it is. I have to say, one of my friend, she is exactly in your situation, and unfortunately she's waiting for last 3 to 4 weeks. So please understand, this is an unprecedented situation, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people, those who are stuck in your like you yourself. So there are people waiting with DL for the last many months. So you might have to, there might be basic delays, so just be prepared for that. Okay, so Preet said, due to lockdown, courier services are also suspended. Because of that, we are not able to send back our filled application pack to NMBI. I'm concerned that whether we will get an extension time. You need to basically start ringing. Preet, if you are worried about it, just I would say please ring. I'll mention the direct number in the description later on, so you could take it out and you could actually ring directly. Please do not wait. Hopefully, it's a case by case basis. They might review your situation. And hi Vijay, welcome back. Hari Shankar and Ashley, Danya, Samir, hi everyone. Indu, great to see you all. Rochelle said, how's the situation there? Would NMBA be considerate with expiration of DL despite of having a start date? Also, would the hospital compliance paperwork be valid then? Yeah. So just say, look, it all. No, nobody has a perfect answer for this. Literally, no one has a perfect answer, Rochelle. We all are in this situation. Nobody knows when these travel bans or lockdown situation is going to be lifted. We don't know how it's going, what's going to happen. So this is exactly what they said when I rang the NMBA last week, when I inquired about this, courier service and all these things. They said they don't have a perfect answer at the moment. So you need to, and maybe it's a case by case basis. What you could do is explain your situation, ring them, email them, and ask them, would they be considering? At the moment, there is no information so far. It remains the same. So if it's a valid reason, I think COVID situation is a valid reason. It's my own personal view, but I would say, guys, if you are worried about your DL being expired, please contact them. This is why I've actually created a video, I think months and months back, that it's not, I was never aware of COVID situation, but I made a video that that you don't need an actual employer to come to Ireland to to sit for a test. You could apply through exam visa. So what I want to say is, guys, if you are actually worried about your NMBI decision letter, expiration dates, what you need to do is you can choose. You can contact NMBI and ask for extension. Hopefully they will extend. If not, you could apply for exam visa and come into Ireland and attend the aptitude test. So once you get the PIN number, you have to go back to your own country and then you apply for a job. It is another way to save your decision letter rather from expiring. Samir says, I have 7 years of experience in report and IT operations in M Pharma. Can I get? Okay, see, Samir, I'm not able to answer your question. We don't, especially Hirehood is not currently working with pharmaceutical industry. So if you have any queries, I would advise you please to contact somebody else. Santosh says hi. Srija Rahul says hi, sir. I have aptitude test date on 21st. How is the situation there? Guys, the situation is actually quite under control. I have to say, I am quite surprised to see. I'm very much surprised to see, as being a small nation, for less than 14,000 cases. Less than 14. There are actually two countries which actually surprised me. One is India, another one is Ireland, because the lesser amount of cases. So I'll be every once in a week, Shrejaya, once in a week I will be coming live, and I'll be updating you about the situation. So I would say I will have more updates next week for you than now. So as I said, it's only 18th of April, so I won't be able to give you an exact update regarding how it will be, but I might know much better next week. Jijo, hi, how are you? Josie, hi. Anurose, good to see you. Jista, good to see you. Bindu, hi, bro. Thanks, Bindu. Need to say hi. Will NMBI extends application pack validity? So, you see, they say 6 months. At the moment, I rang them, and last week what they said is within the 6 month period, you have to have all the paperwork ready. So you have practically 6 months to fill in your application form. So again, with this current situation, things might change. Things will be extended. So let's wait and see. As soon as I have update, I will be updating you guys. Okay. Need to say is whether immigration offices are working. There is nothing working at the moment, guys. To be honest, everything is closed down. Like government offices, like immigration offices, as well as what you call visa offices. There are certain offices which is actually working, but you know let's say the outcome, or there is awful burden on these offices at the moment. So there is the outcome is quite slow for the time being because of the situation. Thomas says hi. Jesus says hi. Shreyas, good to see you. Lijo, good to see you. Anuja, good to see you as well. Hi, bro. What about PPS and Garda? I didn't get you. Jissa, would you be much more specific about your question, because it's kind of not clear what do you want me to answer, because the question says what about PPS and Garda? Please be specific. Indu says 3. What about the aptitude test? Guys, the test dates are not being cancelled. They are still going on, and people those who are coming into the country, they have to strictly self isolate for 14 days. So if you are coming to Ireland, you have to strictly self isolate for 14 days. If you have any symptoms, you have to contact your GP. If you don't have any symptoms, you can go and attend the aptitude test. There is no changes, no massive changes in the test days so far. But if there is anything, as I mentioned, I will be updating you. Is it true that Encom said? Is it true that adaptation don't usually fail? No, no. So look, guys, don't be. This is actually I won't be answering that question here. Okay, that is more like a racist comment, and I wouldn't be making a proper answer for you. Please be, you know, I wouldn't be answering that question. Okay, people, those who are watching this, please read what he has said. Rochelle, thank you, Sri. Thank you very much. Sri said, are they conducting adaptation class? Adaptation class, I don't know what you're asking. Adaptation program, they are, but the dates are so hard to get. It's like if you're here in Ireland, you can apply for adaptation program. So only certain hospitals are actually doing this adaptation program. There's less than around 10 major hospitals where this adaptation program is run, and the problem is there are very limited numbers. So for you to get an adaptation date will be 6 months or 8 months from today. So if you're applying today, you should be lucky to get an adaptation date. But at the moment, guys, everything is actually on hold. There are very limited spaces in our aptitude as well as adaptation program. Neetu said, please tell me whether immigration officers are working. I can find out the information, Neetu, and I'll let you know. Manisha, thanks for explanation. Thank you very much. Salim said, if we are on stamp 1, can we work part-time apart from hospital? Not unfortunately, Salim, you can't work. You have to have minimum stamp 4. So no matter what the situation is, that's the visa requirement. That's what you're required to have. Is you're coming under an employer's visa, and you have to stay here for 2 years under one employer to get a stamp 4. So you can only work part time when you have stamp 4. Walter said, how long is the exam visa? Walter, usually between 3 to 4 weeks. So if you are coming in here, that visa is it's a short stay visa. So if you're coming in here, it'll be like for 3 to 4 weeks. You come in here, the first week you'll be attending the theory exam. The second week you'll be attending practical exam. Hopefully, if you pass, you'll get your PIN number within the third week, or if you don't pass, you have another chance. So you'll be the third week you'll be attending. So it's between 3 to 4 weeks is the exam visa, the duration of it. Preet says, okay, sir, thank you a lot. I have sent an email and an MBA replied that please send your application pack when it's safe for you. But sir, they didn't reply whether they would give an extension period. Guys, just follow what NMBI is saying. Because at this moment, every single personnel, every single officers do understand the situation. So it is not normal. We all are actually surprised and being overwhelmed by the current situation. So we don't know what's going to happen. So guys, I would say just reply to do what the NMBI is saying. So Preet, let send that email and see what happens. Neetu says, hi sir, whether the immigration hub, because I'm waiting for a typical visa. Neetu, as I mentioned, I'll come back to you regarding that. Shrija, thank you, sir. Love me, Lucas, join. Good to see you. Uma Mahesh and Ramaputran, good to see you guys. Jissa Joy, is it possible to get a PPS number in Garda vetting at this moment? You might have to ring, if you're in Ireland, you basically have to ring the offices and see whether they are offering any, appointments. So it's better to actually ring these offices and see whether it's working. As far as I know, it's not functioning. There is no offices being open at this stage. There is a complete lockdown in Ireland. So you could imagine, will there be any appointments made? I'm not sure. So you just please ring and see. Uma Mahesh, good to see you. How are you doing? Ulas, hi, great to see you. Firoz, nice to see you. Sridhar, how can we send good standing as part of our application process? It's a lockdown globally. And said, as I mentioned, Sridhar, you have 6 months. You have 6 months from the first application or request of application. So until then, and then, NMBI does understand the situation. I've spoke to them and they've said that they do understand the situation where we all are in. So what you need to do is to wait till the lockdown situation is lifted, and then to actually contact your colleges, your employers, your nursing and nursing board and everything. So you need to explain those things to the case officer when you're applying or when you're talking to the case officer. Please explain your situation. Now I'm at Ireland. My aptitude test done. Can I apply for PPS directly? Jissa, you can apply for PPS, but unfortunately, I'm not sure whether the offices are open. So it's better to actually ring your local PPS office, PPS number, PPS office, and see whether they are issuing any sort of appointments. Please, it's a county by county basis. Some counties do have certain offices being open. Some counties don't. So please, whichever county you are, please do ring. Okay. Manisha says. Okay, Manisha Jomon says, some people getting direct interview from hospital, but some going through agencies. Is there a difficulty if we go through direct hospital service? I mean, paperwork is difficult. No, you see, guys, I want to particularly point out one thing. You don't need an agency to actually get a job in Ireland. So all the NMBI processing, you don't need an agency to do it. You don't need hire to do an application or NMBI application pack or processing. You can do it yourself. It's very self-explanatory. You basically have to go to NMBI's website. It's very clear. Just download the form, just fill it in, bring it to your college, your employer, your nursing registration authorities, fill that in. Once you get your decision letter, you can choose either contact multiple employers. There's more than 400 nursing homes in Ireland, as well as there's like 50 or 100 hospitals in Ireland. You can apply directly. You don't need an extra agency to do that. But again, it all depends on you. If you're willing to put that hard work, you don't need a third party to do it. But if you are a person who would need a bit more assistance, then you might need an agency to do it for you. Okay, so Walter, so how much do I need if I want exam visa? So what are the steps if you hold a DEA? Do you sponsor exam visa or can I do self-sponsorship? Walter, as I mentioned, everyone can do everything yourself. Okay, so first of all, what are the costs? So it is an expensive process. Please make that. Please understand that. So the first expense is your aptitude test rates. It's so expensive. 2,800, 2,800 euros is what it's cost you if you're actually applying for aptitude test. So that's your first expense. Then your flight tickets will be around 700 to 800 euro per, like up and down, to and fro. From, if you're in India, it'll cost you from anything between 700 to 800 euro. Then your accommodation, let's say for 3 weeks, if you're living or if you're actually coming here for 3 weeks, your travel, your accommodation, your food is another expense. And again, going to the exam centers and coming back is another expense. So let's say anything between 4,000 to 5,000 euro will be the actual expense. Does Hirehood support you? Yes, we are supporting loads of candidates. So many candidates come through us. They come in here. We do offer accommodation, plane tickets and visa processing and this and that. We do it. But what if you can do it yourself? Please do it yourself. It's pretty simple. It's a basic sort of visa requirement. You could contact any visa agents in your locality, and you could do it. But as I mentioned earlier, if a person needs extra assistance, we are here for you. Okay. Jissa, thanks. Ajit, great to see you. Maria, good to see you. Rajesh, good to see you. Sanish as well, good to see you. Sri just said, is it okay if I send a certificate of registration instead of good standing certificate? Because wait, they are not issuing good standing certificate currently. Sri, I would advise you, please do one thing. Do one thing. Just ask that query in our group. We have a group called Connecting Healthcare Professionals. Just go to Connecting Healthcare Professionals, ask that question, because I know there are multiple people, those who applied, or you could go to our WhatsApp group. We have Hirehood 2 or something WhatsApp group, and you can find the link in our Facebook page, a Facebook group. And what you could do is you could ask that question because I don't particularly live in Middle East. I won't be able to answer you the right way, but there are so many people, those who applied through Middle East to Ireland, and they will be able to help you out with that. And also I might know somebody who can give you a proper answer. Later stage, I will talk to you. Jamal says hi. Sijo says, how long is the validity of the DL? Unfortunately, it's only for 1 year. If you ask for extensions, there should be a valid reason. Okay, Sijo, great to see you. Preet says hi, Sri. Thank for your information. Guys, my pleasure. As I said, I'll be coming here live once in a week to actually address most of the questions. So if you have questions, unfortunately with the situations, I'm not able to answer you straight away. It's better to actually talk face to face as we are doing currently. So once in a week we will come live, and I'll try to address as much as questions as possible. Another thing I want to touch base is about overseas recruitment. I've seen so many ads running around saying, there's there are multiple employers looking for candidates, and interviews happening. Guys, just be very careful at this moment. Employers are not interested to bring overseas candidate because of the COVID situation. So and also please stay away. Do not spend even one penny or spend your time, because at the moment I have to say overseas recruitment is actually very slow, and it'll be after any time after May 2nd or May 5th. Sorry, any time after May 5th, you might see a bit of improvement. Till then, there is nothing's going to happen. Okay, Shebin said also, can I give my relative bank details when filling registration form? Yes, I think you can. Your relative or your friends can actually pay for your NMBI registration form. Yes, because I have clarified the same thing, and they said yes. In the last part, I think it's part 6 or something. I couldn't remember. It's the last page. Anyways, they say clearly, any like someone can represent on your behalf to actually fill in that, pay for you. So somebody can actually pay for you. And Kim says, how many stations do I have to pass in my OSCE? I think it's 14 stations. So you have two chances, and within those two chances, you have to pass those 14 stations. As I mentioned, it's not that hard, but again, things are changing. Better refer to the website, to the RCSA website. Make sure you read the new changes, update yourself. You know, end of the day, what the aptitude test is doing is they're actually assessing your clinical and theoretical knowledge. So if you ask me, for me, I'm here for 10 years. If you ask me, is it tough? I would say no. It's a simple exam. But because I'm here, it's because I am working in this sector for last 10 to 12 years. I'm pretty confident that it's much easier. But people, when we come from a different country, it is difficult because there are multiple tools what we use on a day-to-day basis. Let it be an ISBAR tool or the different sort of tools. I'm not going to go into much detail. I don't want to bore you with the technical jargon. But what I'm saying is like it is it is tough for a newbie, but it's not. It's a simple exam for somebody who's living in Ireland. Okay, so there are 14 stations that you have to pass, and you have got two chances. Kavya, good to see you. Betsy, good to see you. CB, sir, what's the best option to take aptitude or adaptation? What I would say is whichever like if you can get adaptation, brilliant. But the dates are actually 6 months or 8 months in advance. So aptitude test dates are easily got. Which is the best option? I don't know the perfect answer. It all depends. So if you are clean, it all depends because both exams are designed to actually to assess your clinical skills, clinical and theoretical skills. So some people say adaptation is much easier than the aptitude test. Some people say aptitude test is much easier. So it all depends on you as an individual. So I will make some sort of content regarding it, explaining what is the difference between aptitude and adaptation test later on. Okay, so Neetu said, sir, one more doubt. As per the current situation, did you have any idea about extension of lockdown in Ireland after May? So, Neetu, I was actually reading through a lot of government websites regarding the lockdown, and as per current situation, they say it's only till 5th of May, but it will be advised. It's not saying that they will reopen the whole. They will revisit the situation after around May 5th. So I will have much more details next week. But as I've read through so many websites, what it clearly says it's currently it's only till May 5th, but they will revisit. God knows whether it will be open or not. Anyways, Jason Mary, can you please tell me regarding the aptitude test examination? My exam will be on 6. Will it be postponed? Currently, I don't have any information. No information has come out so far. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I'll be updating you next week if there is any changes. Manisha, usually how much time takes for Skype interview? Brilliant question, Manisha. If I'm doing the interview, it depends on your interviewer. So if I'm an interviewer, I would love to talk to the candidate and to identify what are your skills, what is your attitude. I want to assess your knowledge. So it might take around 30 to 40 minutes or 45 minutes for me, but some people might take it for much longer. So it all depends on the interviewer and the interviewee. So if the interviewee is actually engaging well. So if you are engaging well with me, I would keep on talking and asking you more questions because I'm quite interested in you. It might last between 45 minutes to 1 hour. But if you are actually not engaging or answering questions, then it'll be anything between 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, so that's the typical typical answer. Sumesh, good to see you. Kingston, good to see you. Thank you, sir, for information. Shebin, good to see you as well. Hi, sir, your information is too good and it's really good platform for the nurses. Thanks, Kavya. I'm trying my best to actually support all of you guys. As I mentioned, I'm also under a tremendous pressure due to this COVID situation, but as I am I'm trying to reach you guys as much as possible through my vlogs, through my regular updates. So please follow me, and if you see any of my content or our content is actually worth, please share with other people as well. Akila, good to see you. Kavya, thank you so much. Jay, sir, I have 20 years of experience. Is there difficulty to get an employer? Not at all, JMO. So the more experience you have, the easier it is to actually find an employer. I mean, 20 years of experience is a great thing. I mean, you wouldn't find it difficult to actually find an employer. The difficulty is the situation. The situation what we are in is a difficulty situation. Previously the HSE had a recruitment embargo in March 2019 till March 2020. When it lifted, COVID situation came in. It's getting endless. But with your experience, hopefully you will be able to find very good employers. Elias says from the NMBI form, can I use debit card or only option for credit card? You could use either debit card or credit card with an international, it has to be internationally recognized, plain and simple. So if your credit card or if your debit card has international access, then you can use it. Nkem says, okay, thanks, well understood, thanks very much. Javier, I have Ireland score, but my worry is there any changes? Is there any chances huge vacancies in Ireland? As if now, Kavya, there's hundreds of vacancies, hundreds of vacancies. I would say with Hirehood, there's more than like 20, 30 vacancies at the moment throughout the country. But finding staff is the biggest problem because overseas staff cannot actually come into Ireland because of the current situation. So hopefully things will get better, and we'll see in next few weeks we'll see a better. The borders will be easing off. The flights will start to, the flights and everything will start to work. So hopefully we'll get more updates, and I will be updating you. So Jacob, sir, is there any new openings for nurses? Yes, there are plenty of openings. Jacob, you need to follow our Facebook page, Hirehood. You could see multiple job openings, but the only job openings are for candidates, those who are actually based in Ireland. Unfortunately, there is no jobs for overseas nurses within Hirehood. You could approach a different agency. Thanks. Kavya, I am really confused about Ireland processing and try for UK job. If you can actually find a job in UK, or just try for it. I would never say that, always keep your options open. Always keep your options open. If you can apply for Ireland, it's fine. If you can apply for UK, it's fine as well. Aina said, I'm living in Ireland now. How much time it will take to get the application pack? Aina, it all depends on the postage, and depends on the current situation. I would say within a week. It won't take. And I think it's within a week. In Ireland, the postal services is still working. So I would say it's within a week. Alfie, good to see you. Sri Vijay, good to see you. Feba, nice to see you as well. So for now, adaptation dates are 6 months from today. Again, guys, 6 months or more. It's not set in stone. I'm not saying it's set in stone. You have to contact individual hospitals. Look for these dates. Inquire these days with those hospitals. I am not saying is it 6 months or 8 months. You have to contact individual. One other thing I want to talk before I wind up this video is student visa. Guys, student visa, there's a multiple, like hundreds of questions I'm getting for post BSc or masters in nursing, as well as masters in engineering courses. Guys, I have to say colleges will be opened. Hopefully they are hoping to be open by end of this during August, September. So what they're saying, like, if you're actually planning to come into Ireland student visa, let it be a post BSc. If you're a GNM nurse and you want, or a diploma nurse, and you want to come to Ireland on post BSc, the course's duration is only for 1 year, and you will get 1 year stay back. So you can come, you live in Ireland for 2 years, and during that period, during your college period, you could work 20 hours per week during your college period, and during your holiday or your stay back period, you could work up to 40 hours per week, and you don't need an extra permit. So after those 2 years, either you as a nurse, you might have to register here in Ireland, or you might have, if you can't find an employer here in Ireland, you might have to go back to the country you came in. Sorry guys, just a minute. I have a bit of a so you might have to go back to the country if you can't find a employer after 2 years. So you need to be registered with NMBI. So if you're a nurse, you have to be registered with NMBI within those 2 years. Similar with a master's in nursing. Master's in nursing, you have to You have the course is only for 1 year, and you have 2 years to stay back. The IELTS scores are pretty low. It starts from 5.5, individual scores of 5.5, and overall scores of 6. So the colleges which Hirehood works with, we work with multiple universities in Ireland, and our employer, sorry, our colleges, IELTS scores are pretty low. They're only asking 5.5 individual scores and overall 6. It's a very good option for people those who are actually apply or tried several times. If you actually tried IELTS or OET several times and you're not getting a good result, and you're planning to come to Ireland, this is a better opportunity. You can come in here on a student visa, because I personally know minimum 20 people, those who came in on student visa, and during their student visa process, they appeared for IELTS or OET and they passed. Because the thing is, you every single day you're actually contacting or you're speaking with a native speaker. Your classes are in English. You're going to a shop. Your exposure to the English language is unreal when you're in your native country. So let's say if you're in India and you speak Malayalam, you won't be speaking English as frequently as if you're in Ireland. So people those who come in here on student visa are much more inclined to actually score OET or IELTS exam and register with NMBI. But people those who are actually there are certain people, they might have to go back because they might have tried 2 or 3 times. They might be unsuccessful. Anyways, Wamshi, good to see you. Bindu, can I send the application pack through my friend staying in Ireland through mail? And is there chance? Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. So if you send it to your friend who is staying in Ireland through an email, and there is a chance they can. So what happens is like, it's not the application pack, it's the application pack request form. Sorry for that. So application pack request form, what you could do is you have to download the forms, sign it, and fill that in, scan it and send it to your friend. They can download it, send it to the send it to the NMBI. But actual NMBI application pack, you cannot send it. Sorry for that. You cannot send the actual application form. The major reason is they need information directly from the colleges, directly from your nurses council, and directly from the previous employer. So currently you cannot send it. It's only the application pack request. Nayan, good to see you. Srikuti, good to see you. Jacob, so due to the current situation, will it be difficult to find an employer? Jacob, if you are actually in Ireland, it's not at all difficult. I would say 20 to 30 employers are looking for to fill their positions with Hirehood at the moment. But if you're overseas, unfortunately, the situation is not that great. But things will change. Trust me, things will change and you will see an improvement. If the COVID situation is under control, things will change. Kavya, sir, do you recruit nurses from India in the future once the lockdown is released? Can I forward you my resume? Yes, truly. We have recruited many nurses from India, but the thing is, current situation, we're not recruiting anyone from overseas. Please don't send your CV unless I make or Hirehood makes gives you an update. So we will be sending a lot of updates through our Facebook page and Facebook groups. So please stay tuned. And as soon as this situation lifts, and if you are looking for an overseas nurse, we will be updating you. Prince, good to see you. Praveen, see you. Divya, good to see you. Just me, I have visited the RCS website and found that next step to test. Okay, I visited the website and found that the next aptitude test date opens on 18th of July. Is it possible to take the exam date in the month of August in advance? What you could do is you could book this 18th of July and you could request the RCSI to postpone your test dates to August. And definitely, guys, they're very supportive. I have to say, very, very supportive they are. So they will help you out. So or what you could do is, before you even book, you can send an email directly to RCSI and inquire about this, because our candidates, what they do sometimes, they might have an exam date sometime in June or something, and they want to come in quite early. We prepone their exam. So we do prepone and postpone quite a lot. It all depends on the candidates and the availability. So what you need to do is, before you even book, contact the RCSI, send a quick email and a request for a next test date in August. Hopefully, I would say they're very supportive. They would definitely help you out. Gayatri, good to see you. Jamal, thank you, sir. I'm always following Harhood in YouTube and for Facebook. Your informations are really helpful. Stay blessed. Thanks again, Jamal. I'm trying my level best to keep the as much as information as possible. I'm trying to in the midst of this COVID, in this whole situation, I'm trying to do my best. Thanks for your support as well. Thanks for following me. Thanks for your support. Sajina says I've started my processing for NMBI. My all documents have reached there. When I mailed them, they told me on queue for assessment. And sir, please, I would like to know how long it will take to complete the process to get DL. In this corona period, are they doing the assessment? They are still continuing to do the assessments. My personal friends are actually in the midst, are also doing their NMBI registration. It's still ongoing. It is fully active, but it's slow. Okay, just please do understand. It's not only to Sajina, to everybody that guys, it will be a bit slow. Okay, please do understand the situations are not in our favor at the moment, so it will be slow, but things are slowly moving. Anil says to get a job in HSE, it's HSE. How many bedded hospital? How many bedded hospital experience required? It all depends on the employer, and it depends on the employer. Anything from 150 to 200 bedded hospitals experience is quite okay, but it all depends on the employer and the actual what you call um, and the actual, it depends on the employer and the actual recruiter. So we need to be, to be specific. Let's say anything above 150 bedded will be kind of desirable. Juby says, "Can you be a bit loud?" I am trying my best, so I'll be loud. That's why I was just laughing when I read Anil Mitrol's. Anyways, so Kavya says, after post BSc nursing, I have 4 years of experience. After that, 1 year experience gap. Currently, I'm working as an OET trainer. Is there chances to get a job in Ireland? So Kavya, after 4 years after post BSc, you have 4 years of experience. After that, 1 year experience gap. Kavya, the thing is to find a job to get registered in here. You don't need you can have a valid what do you call experience gap up to 5 years. But if you're actually looking for a job, every single employer would like their candidate to be recently working. So, if my quick advice for you will be, if you want to find an employer, or if so, let's say like this: if I get two CVs, okay, if I'm an employer, I get two CVs. One is yours, who hasn't worked for a year, has a few years of experience. Another candidate who has plenty of experience, 10, 15 years of experience, and is still working. Which will appeal me? The one which has greater experience, as well as who is still working, because they are end of the day, employers will prefer candidates with more clinical background. So that's what I would say. If you can maintain your clinical what do you call experience, please do. Jubilee, sir, will they extend the due period? I don't understand, Jubi, what you're saying. So please ask that question again. Neetu, hi, just joined now. Could you please tell me the difference between aptitude and adaptation? As I said, Neetu, I'll definitely do a quick comparison video regarding the both. So hopefully you will. Hopefully next few weeks I'll make a video for you. Okay. Jubi said, okay, will they extend the DL period? DL will be only extended if there is a valid reason. If you produce a valid reason, definitely. So not finding an employer is not a valid reason. So you have to prove it to NMBI why your decision letter should be extended. So it all happens case by case basis. So let's say if you're close enough for your if your DL is close enough to be expired, so you need to contact your NMBI and explain about your situation, and hopefully they will review and extend your DL. It's all case by case basis. My OET certificate is expiring on May 18th, unfortunately. Okay, sad to hear that. Anis says, hi Shri, what is the requirements? Oh, sorry, Anis, I won't be able to answer your requirements in terms of physiotherapy. I'm mostly focusing on nurses and healthcare assistants and a few other healthcare workers. What you need to do is to look at this. Oh God, that's Coru website, CORU. So if you want to get licensed here in Ireland, you need to actually contact Coru. Coru is your registration body. So just go online in Google and type in Coru. There you will be able to find more information regarding that. Please, please say that diploma nurses can apply for post BSc nursing. Can you tell how to go about that? Justice, I've actually made a video regarding it. Please go to Higher Hertz YouTube channel. I have done more than 170 videos, guys, at this point. Please go through that. I have actually explained the process because this live video is more than 50 minutes, guys. I have to say it's getting quite boring. So I have, I've done the video. Please go. Let me check if I find the link. I'll place in the link in the description. But as I have to say, guys, I've done the video on that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Please listen to it. Maria says, sir, if we get an employer, how long it'll take months to reach the destination? Maria, it depends on the current situation. It is slow, but if you get an employer and you get your after your test date, it'll be anything between 3 to 6 months. Let's say 3 to 6 months realistic time frame. So, but at this moment, it will be slow. Jitin, good to see you. Good to see you. So guys, Juby, thank you again. So I'm slowly winding up my session. I hope I've answered all of your queries. We will definitely see you next week. Hopefully Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day, but I will be announcing it like hours in advance, so you guys can prepare your questions. And if you, on the next few days, if you can prepare your questions, and please shoot down as much as possible. Please keep this live session engaging. Shoot your questions. I'll be trying to answer. So Preet says, sorry sir, but it's a humble request to make the videos of the difference between adaptation and adaptation in English because we are not able to understand Malayalam. Thanks. See Preet, there's hundreds hundreds of people, my followers, and I'm trying to make the videos both in English and Malayalam, and yeah, I'll try to make more English videos in English. But thanks again for that request. So guys, thank you so much for your information. I'm regular viewer of your YouTube, Facebook videos. Kavya, good to see you. Maria, good to see you. And yes, Thomas, you can apply for Rikia. So guys, thanks again. No, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I've been riding my motorbike today, and it's a cold day today, and maybe the wind was. I'm not sick so far. Thank God, it's actually going good. So guys. Until next time, Sri Nair signing off. Hope to see you all next week. Bye.